Steve Thompson Magana, better known as Ogo Obina, started as a Kenyan comedian who has made it big in the Kenyan media. It is true that laughter is the best medicine, and Obina has made a career out of entertaining people as a comedian. Besides being a comedian, Ogo Obina is a YouTuber, father of 4, actor, and MC. The journey of Ogo Obina is an interesting one with a lot of lessons in it. It is not clear where Ogo Obina was born. However, what is known is raised in Maseno. His father is from Maseno, his mom is from Nigeria, Igbo. Ogo Obina has severally revealed that his relationship with his dad has always been difficult. Oga Obina feels his father has not been there for him ever since he was a little boy.
Obina's mom is Nigerian Igbo. Obina's dad is Luo.
Yes.
The reason why I never like talk about Obina's mom is because I want her to remain a mystery. I never want people to start. I've spoken a lot about Obina's dad,
Yes.
but I always prefer to let Obina's mom remain a mystery because I don't want to share Obina's mom's greatness with every other person. She's a special kind of person. I don't want to go, then I want to make other people who don't have their mother start feeling bad. Or there are people saying, oh, you're just putting this because of that and that. So I always prefer to let it slide like that. Yes.
Are you still in talks with the family in Niger?
Obina's mom is existent. Let's not talk about that.
Hey, ume
Yes.
nyongea hapo hivyo.
Yes.
So let's talk about your dad.
Okay.
You recently said in an interview that you mended your relationship with him.
Yeah.
What prompted you to do that?
We spoiled it again.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not talking again.
Pole.
Yeah, I just decided I'm a type of person who I hold grudges. I can hold grudges over years. So me and my dad, we had a lot of shoulder rubs when I was growing up, and he didn't understand me. I was the black sheep of the family. I've always been. I was the kikombe mpasuka ni Obina. Sani menini ni Obina. Then I always have this thing for when I've already suffered the consequence, I would not talk about it. Fine. So that also happened a lot when I was growing up. I had a couple of runnings where I was not the bad guy. But because my father would enter and he would land on me for whatever reason that we've done, and I'm not even the firstborn, I'm the secondborn. So we grew up, we were 3, myself, my bro, myself, my sister, we are 2 years apart. And then our last born bro, Leslie, came a bit later. So when it would happen, I'm like, yeah, shani piga, nimejua ni sister yangu, but then my sister was my dad's favorite child because she was the only girl. Alikuwa anaitwa Wange Dongo. In Luo means big eyes. So Kitambo in Luo culture, having big eyes was considered
even
beautiful.
till now, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Gololi, it's nice. For a woman.
You know his face? Yeah. You like them big eyes. Yeah. So they can see everything, remember.
If you're a man with small eyes, it's
They'll see your phone password. Yeah. So yeah. Kipofu. Miwani nikificha miwani haoni kitu. Yeah. So she was a favorite because she was the only girl. Then my elder bro was a favorite because he's the eldest. He's the firstborn son, man. Firstborn. I was a middle child. There's nothing unique about middle children. Like, you're just there. Me and my dad were not that tight. And if I remember all the good moments we had, I always just remember 2. One, we were running. And the other one, we went to Kimwa Grand Hotel in Kisumu. There was this performance. The Konyue akina likobe. Konyue kobo kobo. Hodi. Nini. And my dad was so happy. He was laughing. I always remember that moment. And those are the 2 happy moments I remember. So I've always had that part with my dad. I'm like, then most of the time when, myself, I don't know about other people, but when someone is not remorseful or apologetic, I tend to get angry even more. I'm like, oh wow, so really? So later in life, I forgave him, I bought him a car, built him a house, did whatever. I still take care of him, but we are not that tight.
When it comes to his mother, Obina admits that he's very close to his mom. He says that his mom knows every move he makes. How did Oga Obina rise to become one of the most known and respected digital creator Kenya has to offer? At a young age, Oga Obina's dad asked him to move out. Oga Obina sold his phone, took a train to Nairobi, despite him standing the whole journey and feeding on nothing. Oga Obina says that he was very excited to be in the great city Nairobi. Obina became a street boy for a while until a point in his life he met one of his uncles who asked him to stay with him in Makongeni, Nairobi. As if luck was not on his side, Oga Obina fell out with his uncle and he asked him to go back to upcountry.
So falling, there came a time when my dad now told me, yo bro, you have to step. I don't want to see in my compound. So that's how I ended up in Nairobi. This was 2009.
2009.
Yes, I had a phone. Safaricom had these phones for 1,000 bob.
Yes.
It was Vodafone something.
Yes.
I had done all
Kabambe.
Kabambe. So I sold it. I jumped on a train. I stood the whole journey from Kisumu to Nairobi because the train was packed.
Yes, of course, yes.
Everybody's asleep. I'm like, man, Nairobi, here we are coming, man. So I got to Nairobi the following morning at 11 a.m. I stepped off the train station. The buildings are going round. I am busy. I'm like, now this is the city. It was fire. I came and now I'm a street boy. Me now I'm going to be on the street. Now nothing is happening. Now we have a chokora full blown. I remember the first place I went to was Kamukunji because now later in life I'm like, this is the Kamukunji. So later, so I started walking in town, seeing the buildings because first of all, me I was starstruck. I'm like, man, now this is living la vida loca. I don't know what's happening. And you know, I didn't eat anything in the train because when you go to, I think, Nakuru or somewhere where the train stopped, things were so expensive. Yogurt 50 bob. Are you mad? Yogurt 50 shillings. So I go to Nairobi. Life happened. Fast forward, I met a relative of mine who lived in Makongeni, Jogo Road. And he was like, yo, come through, let's leave. So he started hanging around.
At this point, Ogo Obina was sleeping in his school unknown to anyone. Ogo Obina had a friend who would take him for lunch at his sister's place. Ogo Obina says his best friend's sister became his first baby mama. Ogo Obina started selling curtains and ice and was paid. This is how he survived before he found work as an office messenger. As a messenger, Ogo Obina was paid 10,000 Kenyan shillings. He started dating his best friend's sister since he felt he could take care of her. As they were dating, one day she broke the news to him she was expecting Obina's first child. Unfortunately for Obina, he could not afford to live in that house and therefore had to go back to live with his friends. They lived with 7 boys. One day, Obina was given 60,000 with his company to go purchase something. His roommates gave him an idea on how he would increase his money. Unfortunately, he was conned. This made him pay the company 5,000 every month from his salary, digging his financial struggles even deeper. One day, Ogo Obina's company was laying guys off and he was among those who were fired. This time, Mama Immaculate had given birth to his first son. Ogo Obina was forced to go back to his rural home since he was unable to afford the life in Nairobi. Life at Obina's rural home wasn't easy.
Marry now. You know, if you don't marry, Nairobi women don't finish your money. so she used to come for the weekend, and then my firstborn was made. When my firstborn was made, this time something happened in the organization. The boss left, went back to China, so the organization was letting people go.
Don't tell me you left.
I was fired, bro. Moses fired me. Moses, if you're watching, thank you for firing me.
They would eat porridge and maize. His then girlfriend found it hard to survive there. Her mom sent her money to go back to Nairobi. She left with his son. Obina was left in the village doing farming and other odd jobs in order to survive. After a while,
you know that's carbohydrate and carbohydrate.
One is liquid, one is... It's just having maize with maize.
Maize with maize, bro.
What is liquid,
what's the juice of maize? It's porridge.
Porridge.
Exactly. So we're having that. Have you had ugali with waru? Well, you have not suffered. So my first baby mama was like, this is not the kind of life. You know how she's born in the city. She called the mom. The mom was like, the mother called me. You're making my daughter suffer. I want my daughter to come back. So they sent her money. She came back to the city with my son. I remained in the village. I was farming for people. I was doing jengo, then I was also selling grass. Grass was my specialty for cows. I go look for grass there, then I go sell. You don't want to go farming for someone when the sun is hot during the day.
While Ogo Obina decided to go back to Nairobi. This time he went to the National Theatre where he met Jalango. Obina started acting and singing. His stage name was now Njizi. There is where he met the likes of Eriko Mondi, Fredo Mondi, among other artists. Ogo Obina says he was more of an assistant to Fredo Mondi, or in his own words, Mtu wa mkono. He slept in his house as he did errands for him. As he was doing his gigs, Oga Obina met his second baby mama.
As we go there, you paid like 200, 300 bob. Then you used to have club hats on Wednesday. On Sunday is this one. Then Fredo Mondi got Tribeca for Kicheko Sunday in Tribeca. So you got Tribeca, you get 200, 300 or 500. You go to Rosas, you get the other money and everything. So this is now where I met my baby mama number 2. She had come as a client to watch the show every Sunday. I was, bro, you think I'm funny now? I was funny. I do comedy, I dance, then I do music. as Mjize. I'm having a brown mohawk. It was brown or blonde. Then I have Supra up to here. Then I have my collar. My friend, now the Supra is matching with the shoes, with the shirt, and then with my... I'm over there, shake them, make me feel nice. We're having a good time. Then we started vibing, we became friends. And then now when we leave this place, we never go to Nags's place. Nags used to have a very small room in Mwimuto. So we go to Nags's house. Otuol, Owago, myself, Mr. Nags, and then another gentleman.
5 of you.
5 of us in one room, bro. Now if one of you has a girlfriend...
If one of you have a girlfriend...
Nags used to have a girlfriend. As we were spectators, bro. Nobody's sleeping, you're just... You hear, you see everything, but they say, what happens in Vegas? Stay.
After a while, things did not work out with them. They broke up. However, after 3 months, she lost her job. She called Obina and he went to comfort her. It was during this comfort that they made their second-born daughter. Things started looking up for Obina when he started working with Jalango. According to Ogo Obina, Jalango would pay him well and that changed his life. Obina confesses he was introduced to catching flights by Jalango. Oga Obina has also worked in different radio stations including QFM. The last radio station he worked in was Kiss FM, where he gained a lot of popularity. He would trend just about every day. Oga Obina says he loved his job to a point he would push every drama happening in his life to give his 100 when he was at work. Unfortunately for him, his work ended when he approached the HR for a salary increase.
Do you know, for 1 year, I was absent 1 day. And that day I was admitted. Wow. Bro, I would come to work when I was sick. I went through a very bad session of depression. I had a very, very severe heartbreak. And I was depressed. Maybe he knows. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember I used to talk. Even the time when you missed work, I called you. I was like, yo, bro, because it was, you know that those people don't miss Jobo. Yeah, like this is an anomaly. And I called him. And then you sent me a picture of the drip. I was like...
So I loved it so much. And I've always wanted to do radio and TV. So I would never, bro, I would be sick. I was going through very serious separation with my baby mama. It was ugly on the digital space. I didn't have nobody. I didn't know better. So she was talking. I was lashing out. I was saying, no, bye. But now, you know, I'm a bit aggressive how I talk. Yeah. So sometimes I come off as egocentric to some people who don't know me because I'm loud. But it is who I am. Yeah. So that was happening, everything. But I would show up to work every day. And when the faders go up, I would be a different person. But when the faders go down, go cry in the toilet. Come back, wipe your tears, put on the dark shades. If you look at most interviews during that phase, dark shades. Nobody knows why. My eyes were red, bro. Sometimes I could not sleep. I was shooting Kula Kula show. You came for the Kula Kula show. I came. I would shoot until 2-3 a.m. Yeah. Go home, sleep for 1 hour, shower, go to Kiss.
Remember, you're also doing music videos. You do music videos till 4 a.m.
Till 4 a.m. Shower, go back to Kiss. I would sleep. When I finished, bro, I used to show up. I'm like, this is it. And I would never. I'm not going to say, I'm like. So when my contract ended, I was like, let's talk paper. What really pissed me off even more, nobody told me, bro, how much are you looking at? And actually, I was not looking at that much. I was just like, what do you want to add? Because I loved doing it. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's see how it goes. But it was just like, no, we don't have. And then I find out my co-worker for the sister station has been added money. Because, you know, colleagues talk. Yeah. It's like even if my contract is up and we are talking about it, and they've added me a little bit something. I'm like, wow.
Oga Obina has dealt with a number of dramas publicly. Oga Obina has had public drama with his baby number 3. It's a bit confusing. Out of all his baby mamas, she is the only one who has addressed their drama publicly. Let's just conclude by saying it was a he said, she said kind of drama. They have had a couple of exchange online.
I want to see how much truth and how much lies are in this story. If it's true, I will agree. If it's a lie.
Pia alizungumza juzi na pia amekuwa pia ki-address kwenye YouTube channel ya The Obina. Zila nimeona nikimtafuta itakuwa ni vizuri sana tupate her side of the story. Mambo
fiti sana.
Uko poa?
Kabisa.
Asante sana kwa kuja. So naomba jitambulishe.
Naitwa Lilian ama Mama Dalola. Tulikutana na Obina the year 2011 na tukakuwa in a relationship.
So for the year, I don't remember. I'm not very good with dates, but I remember moments and action. So the year kidogo, I don't remember the specific year, but I remember how.
mpaka this year March. So hiyo relationship yetu imelast
this year March. Wow! March, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, March. Okay.
imelast for 11 years. Na
Okay, that's a lie. 11 years. 11. Okay, so it's fine.
tuliishi kwa nyumba moja for 5 years. Yeah.
So
No, first of all, 5 years in the same house is a lie. You know why? Because Lola just turned 5 the other day, and yeah.
mlipokuwa kwenye relationship mlianza kuishi pamoja immediately?
No, tulianza kuishi pamoja after 1 year, then nikapata ball. Vile nilipata ball, tukaanza kusumbuana kwa nyumba. Kuleta wasichana pale kwa nyumba, nikienda job, then nika find out. Ile kuconfront, nikakuja nikapata shahama. So si aware kama anahama, but ali move out too. Yeah.
So by the
Wow! Yo! Okay, so quick story. Okay, this is very unnecessary, but since it's getting petty, let's get petty. So first of all, she was living in Umoja in a place called Peacock, in a one room. I was living in the wagon, the Tolo in South Bay Riverbank. So I got a job at, I think it was QFM or Nation. So I moved to Tena Estate in Umoja in a 2-bedroom. I was paying 15,000. So I asked her, since you're in Umoja Peacock, I'm in Tena Estate, move in. She moved into my house, all right? The story that made me move out of this house, it was not even about women. It was a picture that I had taken with size 8. I remember very well. I was an intern, I think, at Q. Then size 8 came for an interview, and then we did an interview. I took a picture with her carrying her. That night, to cut a long story short, I did not sleep. Okay, let me just address her. That night, you broke all the plates in the house. You are hitting them on the wall. They are breaking. You broke all the windows. You broke everything. The only thing you did not break was the TV. It was a Sony Bravia. My TV. The one I told you, don't touch this. And the reason that this story started was this. I got to the house. I was told, why were you carrying size 8? I was like, I just took a picture. It was just a picture. At that time, I was not even the level of size 8 was this big star. I was a nobody. So I got in the house. I sat down. I was watching TV. She came, took the remote switch of the TV. I was like, yo, why are you doing this? I want to talk. I'm like, talk about what? This and this. I was like, no, there's nothing that happening. I just took a picture. Then I remember bickering, quarreling. I left. I went to the bedroom. I got in bed. I pulled the blanket. I think we had a blanket or something. She came and moved the blanket. I left, went to the guest room. My brother was also in the same house. She came to the guest room. I'm talking to you. You're going to talk to me. This day, can I say I was beaten up? Because I remember the following morning, I was starting my first episode of Break Time Show. I remember this day fresh in my head. The mother sat on the other one. So I go to the chief. Never ever. Rent, no. I think the thing she's ever done was to refill gas. This time we used to live at Riverbank with the wagon in Utulutul. That's the only notable thing that I remember that her money went to. But this other one, big lie. Really?
So nikaona niende nimtafute kwa nione kama anaweza kunisaidia. Hiyo hata kama ni pesa kidogo, sina pesa ya rent, sijabai manguo za mtoto. Nikamtafuta akaniambia nikikaribia kujifungua ata organize vile nitapata hizo vitu. Kufika kitu 6 months akaanza kunitumia 5,000 every month. Na siku yenye naenda kujifungua aliniacha kabisa. Nilimcall from morning mpaka nikajifungua. Hakushika simu.
mimba ya kwanza mwenye picha.
Yeah, mimba ya kwanza. Hakushika.
That's a lie. I didn't know she was going to deliver. I was not even in the picture. We were not even talking. When she had gone to deliver, I was called when she delivered. I think she called me. And I rallied my boys. I remember I was with Bashka and someone else. I don't remember who the other person was. And we went to the hospital to see. That's the time when we got there, tukapata meza, tukambiwa alikuwa meza, I think, like early morning or something. because I remember that day tulikuwa tumejipaka hizi marashi za kurefill. Bashka alikuwa chairman wa hizo marashi.
Aside from that, sibling couple Kyle and Brianna accused Ogo Obina of trying to get Brianna and her friend drunk so that they could submit to him.
Drunk, so that we can submit to everything that he's saying.
So Obina tried to drunk you ladies.
Yeah, so that we can submit to what he was saying. Kenya alifanya yati he was trying to get.
According to them, Obina invited them to his place so that he could offer them advice, but instead took advantage of the moment. Obina, however, addressed the matter, saying that he has been left confused by the turn of events.
Yo, so I have seen the story and I've not watched it because I don't want to watch it. And oddly enough, I'm not even angry. I'm just confused, and I'm sorry on their behalf and on my behalf for being involved with this and giving them my platform and trying to support and guide. And guys, don't send me the screenshots kindly. If you see it anywhere, just defend me in my absence, okay? If you're my fan and my friend, you should be able to do that because you know what I stand for. You know what I'm about.
He has also had drama with socialite Black Cinderella. I'll just quote what she said. In 2015, 21-year-old me traveled to Nairobi from the village in hopes to be featured in a show on NTV with the promise to be made famous, a superstar, and I fell for it. What followed were events I will never wish to happen to any young girl anywhere in the world. I was lured to a home of your favorite, raped and assaulted the morning after for begging for fare to go back to the village, their notable name in this Kenya entertainment scene. A scar that led the naive me into depression, trauma, and shame with no one to tell my story who would understand what it means for a man to force himself on you, she wrote. Oga only responded on this one by saying he will sue her along other personalities and institutions. After this event, there were rumors online that she had committed suicide, but later came out to say that somebody had hacked her account. While building his career, Ogo Obina has helped build other people's careers, notably Tumbili, Demo Facebook, Mama County, alongside others. It is also said he helped Miss Trudy start her YouTube channel. Ogo Obina has been very vocal in fighting for the boy child. He feels most of the boys have been forgotten. He is constantly at the forefront of the fights for victims of gender-based violence. He feels men do not come together for their own as compared to ladies.
When I picked Tumbili and I started putting him on certain spaces, so that night I got up early, found he sent me a video. So I thought it's a video for FNL or something. Clicking, bro, the guy is bleeding. I'm like, kwani wizi wamempigia wapi? So akanduwa video mazee, mama amefanya tena hii. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah. So I had to talk about it. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna snitch. We've sat down with you many times. I've spoken to the woman and I told you, bro, if you don't leave, you're gonna die. And if you die, hey, there's gonna be Obina ame sacrifice Tumbili ndio sababu ameomoka. You know, people always have a way of maybe nyota yangu ilikuwa inaenda kushine, maybe nyota yangu ilikuwa inaangaa in a month or in a year's time. They're like, oh no, ali sacrifice na nini ndio sasa. So I have to talk about it because a boy child is hurting and people don't know. And if you die, I don't want people to blame me. So I spoke, I was like, yo guys, Tumbili is hurting. A, B, C, D is happening. Follow through with the guy. Took him to the police. We went where nobody cares about boy child. Bro, I saw it firsthand. Tulifika Kitengela police station. Mapolisi wakatuona kwanza wakasema, hey, ati umepigwa na bibi, si ungemvaa. That's the exact word they used. Si ungemvaa. I'm like, wow.
Ingekuja hapa ingekuwa story nyingine.
But also just humanity, bro. We know most of us, we can beat our women black and blue. But is it the right thing to do? No. You see, so as a man, you're like, so the solution is an eye for an eye. Because Tumbili would, if he wanted to, but he didn't. Tumbili is an amazing footballer. He's also an amazing comedian. But he chose not to. Over the time he's been there for the kids. Now, most of the men who have children are always like, let me just stay for the kids. And even women who are in abusive relationships with kids, always like, I'll stay for the children. Aki watu ni wadogo, ndaenda wapi, ndafanya nini. So that's normally the major thing. Then why inafuatwa na love, inafuatwa na society. Watasemaje? Watasema nilijaribu ndoa ikakataa. Nini. Ama yo lavaki, but mi nampenda. Na nipiganga tu time amekasirika, la mi nampenda. So there's normally that one. And then now manipulation. Yeah. Most of people in abusive relationships, the perpetrators are normally very big manipulators. Anakupiga na kupoesha. For example, Tumbili, I'm about to throw you under the bus. Yeah. Situation is happening. Wanaenda kwa kuongea. Kesi. Yeah. Mama anamuita kando. Anamuita Duncan. Haki Duncan. Duncan, unataka watu watuharibie ndoa yetu. Haki Duncan, surely. Obina anataka kutuharibia ndoa yetu. Haki usi nini. Mimi najua mimi nakupenda. Haki sijui ni nini anifanyanga. Nini. Tumbili pia kishaitwa Duncan. Akili inaingia maji.
Ogo Obina's story is one with rich of lessons. What is a big takeout from his story is that hard work coupled with by working smart, confidence, faith, resilience, and honesty will make you succeed. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end. My name is Brittany for the Kenya Waves. Goodbye for now.